When you look at me, you see a young, conservatively dressed woman. In that first glimpse, you've probably already formed opinions about me. Hi, I'm Shahbeba, and yes, in some ways, I am very different. But at the same time, I'm also someone just like you, with my own dreams and ambitions. Mine was to be a police officer, and I wanted to do that so that I could drive a Holden. The police dream didn't materialize, but I do get to drive a Holden. Only these days, it's the company car. I also had personal dreams. When I was 14, I fell in love. Well, that's what I thought it was then. Sounds pretty normal so far. Except, in my family, girls fall in love after marriage. And it didn't help that my parents didn't think the guy I wanted was right for me. By the time I was 16, I was ready to elope with the love of my life. My parents, my sisters, my whole family was against the relationship. They believed it was in my best interest, and looking back now, I agree with them. But the way in which they put up the walls and boundaries saw me hitting rock bottom. I was told I was wasting my life. I was told I was being foolish. I became an emotional mess. I felt the people that should have supported me the most in life were the ones that turned against me. I felt absolutely worthless. And as I hit rock bottom, I could only see one path. Only one path. So I popped one pill after another and another. But I was so hopeless that didn't even work. My relationship was over. Not a decision I made, but my parents made for me. I dropped out of school and basically spent the next 3 years at home, going through a downward, unhelpful spiral. At the age of 19, I had arranged marriage, which at first I was very much against. But I must say, my husband has grown on me. He's also supported me in helping to start making my own decisions and taking charge of my future. One of these decisions included going back to study, either to school or Unitec, when I was almost 20. Having been out of formal education in the preceding years, it was terrifying at first, but I'd always been good at maths at school, and my family had a taxi business. I had been involved with managing money, so I thought accounting was something I could do well. That decision to go back to study changed my life in many ways. I started working at Unitec part-time, and after 2 contracts, I decided to give up studying for the second time in my life, to take up a full-time role as operations manager. I was fortunate to have a manager who believed in me and who had faith in my ability and potential. She encouraged me and gave me opportunities to continue to step up. Since then, I've been blessed with good managers, men and women, who've helped me push myself, take greater responsibilities, and make the most of the opportunities that life presents. As a 25-year-old today, I'm the head of customer experience at Launch Space, an organization who is disrupting the provision of education and training in the tech sector. We are a small team, and while my title says customer experience, I do get to do a lot of different things. And yes, that includes driving that Holden. My husband knows about my past and has become a friend of the guy I was ready to give up my life for. My parents are proud of me and what I've achieved today. So, how did I go from being potentially dead to leading a life where I feel personally and professionally fulfilled? I guess it wasn't just one thing. It was a lot of little things. It was like trying to look for that silver lining on the darkest days. It was looking for opportunities and realizing that I needed to take responsibility of my own happiness. We often talk about being discriminated by others. These outsiders who don't really know us, whether that's men, people of different ethnicity, age, whatever. We don't think that sometimes the greatest obstacles we face may come closer from home, from our family, or within ourselves. At the same time, we form views on others, whether or not they will support us. I found that generally, if we go in with a positive attitude and invest time in getting to know the people well, and spend time with them and give space for them to understand you, then you will end up with equal beneficial outcomes. I also think that we can't and shouldn't wait for someone else to help your dreams come true. It's up to each one of us to push for our own progress. Because when we push ourselves, we help others in the process too. In my role now, I work with school leavers, second career professionals, people from different diverse ethnicities and backgrounds. And every day as I push to do a better job, I'm helping them get a step closer to fulfilling their dreams. As we know, adversity is part of everyone's life. Challenges come in various shapes. Sometimes we draw on our strengths to rise to them, and sometimes we need a friend, a family member, or a colleague to be that support. That person who is always championing us. So reach out to these people who will always stand in your corner and be that same person for someone else too. That's how I press for progress. How do you? Thank you.